I think he just burped.
It sounded like it, didn't it? Where is he? Here he comes. He's fast, huh? That's a big old moose, huh? She likes our house, you think? She got stuck in the mud too for a second.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Moosey. Hardly any of that ice melted. It's been kind of chilly out.
Oh, ice.
Yeah, look how different fishes. These are hooligans, huh?
Ice.
Yeah, those are hooligan fishes.
Ice.
Yeah. All right, let's shut. We are going to go ahead and clean up some of these hooligan and start smoking them. It's just going to be a simple recipe. I'm going to brine them as I'm cleaning them. Let them sit. We're going to put Harrison down for a nap time. And when I get back from the nap, I am going to start smoking them. So it's going to be like an hour of brining. It's going to be like a 50-50 salt to sugar ratio in the brine. So just very simple, straightforward, just helps with moisture control inside the fish and when you're smoking them. So just about 1 hour should do it. They're small fish, they're not very thick. Let's go ahead and get this started. There we go. All right, we're gonna pour our sugar in. I like this cooler because I can just take the lid right off, get it out of the way. Now, since these are decent tasting bait fish, so I am going to go ahead and freeze some of them for the purpose of baiting. We're going to want to go shore fishing later. Yeah, we can do like a little camp out. So I'm going to freeze them in 5s here. Just a few. A lot of hooligan, huh? Yeah.
Whoa, a big bite. A big bite.
Big bike. Well, hopefully that's enough to freeze for baiting. And worst case, we can buy some herring too. Yeah. Big bike. Yep. What we're going to do is I'm going to use these scissors, kind of like I did when I cooked them out there. And that was actually pretty decent. I'm not going to lie. Pretty decent for just right out of the ocean. So I like scissors because it's just super simple in something like this. I mean, just slice it right up and chop the head off, and that's it. And the chickens are going to eat good today. So here we are. Let's get to work. Pretty simple. Oh yeah. Yep. Is that your bike? You got a lot of bikes now, huh? Alright. So it's still a little chilly out here, even though the sun's starting to peek through a bit this morning. But so I was actually staring at these eyes and I'm like, man, I should save some of these heads. I'm going to give some to the chickens, but I think I'm going to save a few of these heads too as bait for throughout the year, because these heads will work great for little bait. You know, it's dead bait, but it'll work great for little baits for like maybe ice fishing in certain places, and also shore fishing as well. So I'm going to save a bunch of these little heads because the eyes are super shiny. All right, I'm going to move a few of these over to the brine here. That took me 60 minutes, so it took me an hour to cut up about 5 gallons worth of hooligan. Not too bad, not too bad at all. Alright, so there's all the bait heads that I'm going to be using. I imagine that should catch me some fish. Alright. Let's get all these fish brining here. Just gonna cover this up just in case a bird decides to get excited about it. Yeah, they think it's nummy, huh? Yep. Here, come walk over here with me. All right, chickens. All right, let's give them some of this food, huh? There we go. Ooh, look at that. They're fighting over one little piece. Do you see that? And yet they can all come over here and get it.
Daddy.
Yeah. Are they being silly? All right, this should be perfect for some bait later on. Here. All right, we're gonna shut. And now do it.
Wow.
There it goes. See that?
Ah.
Takes all the air out of it. And then it seals it. Look, see? It's doing the seal. There we go. Now let's look at it, huh? Did it work?
Yes.
All right. So, they've been marinating for a few hours. Let's go ahead and take a look here. See the firmness of them. These bad boys firmed up pretty nicely with that brine. So we're going to go ahead and get these on the grill, get them smoking. So after you do a salt brine, you're going to want to rinse your fish so you're not extremely salty. Normally you wouldn't want to use like a pellet grill. You can get little smokers like the Big Boss and Little Boss. This particular one here, it just so happens to be that the on setting happens to be around 160. So that's why I'm using this. So I'm basing these bad boys belly down and open so that way I can get the smoke in there. All right, well there it is. Let's get this cooking. That's a whole lot of fish. It's been about 4 hours while this thing's been smoking. We got another 4 to go. Probably 5. I might do it 9 hours. Let's take a look. How are you?
A bite.
Oh, you're bringing your bike out again? Yeah, so the temperature's been sitting about 140 to 150 the whole time, which is perfect for smoking. All right, so we've been smoking this thing for 9 hours. Let's take a look at it. All right, they are looking nicely smoked. They have toughened up a little bit. Looks perfect. So, now let's try one here before we can some. I think I'm gonna have some fresh too. You can just definitely tell that this has definitely been preserved really, really well. So, give it a try here. Wow, that smokiness is so intense. It's super good. It's got crunchy skin and very, very smoky, which is good because you need it to be smoky when you're canning because canning will destroy some of the smokiness. So I'm hoping to preserve some of that in there along with other flavors that I plan on adding. We'll get to that in just a little bit. You got to see me catch it. You got to see me smoke it. Now you're going to get to see me can it. I'm going to get these steaming and sterilized. I like to use white vinegar. Just a dash of it, not much. I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to end up putting it in the canning with all the jars as well. And I'm going to put a tablespoon in every can as well because it's going to help dissolve the bones of the Hooligan. The Hooligan was very, very good smoked. Still has the bones in it. The backbone falls out real easy though. But one simple way of getting rid of that is kind of like sardines, right? So whenever you get like a can of sardines, that has all the bones and everything in it too, but they're just dissolved because of the canning process with a little bit of vinegar. One of my favorite ways is the mustard, but I'm going to try a couple different ways here. I'm going to try the old-fashioned method, which is 1 tablespoon of ketchup, 1 tablespoon of distilled vinegar, and I'm going to try a garlic and jalapeno with olive oil, and then I'm also going to try the way I'm predicting I'm going to like the best, which is mustard jalapeno. So I got some jalapenos here. Obviously I don't have any growing yet. I do actually have starters though. So some of those plants there are actually jalapenos if you've watched our video on that. Let me know if any recipes y'all have tried for Hooligan. I'm curious to find out. These are the 3 that I'm going to try. Hopefully they're good. I don't know. We'll see. I'm only going to do 2 of the old-fashioned, which is just ketchup. It's a tablespoon of ketchup and a tablespoon of vinegar. I heard it was good. I heard that's just the old-fashioned way, and it's tasty. But other than that, olive oil, garlic, and jalapeno and mustard is the way that I'm going to be going. We're going to eat it with some fresh baked bread that we're going to make here in just a second. But let's go ahead and get this going and finished. Pack them pretty tightly, but first things first, I'm gonna do the old-fashioned way. Let's go ahead and get this done. So ketchup and then the vinegar. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and add vinegar, 1 tablespoon of vinegar to all the other ones, and I'm gonna start out with 2 of these being jalapeno and mustard with a little bit of garlic. I like garlic too, so I'm a big fan of garlic. You're going to have to tell me who's a big fan of garlic. I'm a big fan of garlic, so there's mustard. Now the mustard obviously has a bunch of vinegar and salt in it too, so I'm not going to need to add salt, and then same for the ketchup. The ones with the olive oil though, I will be adding salt to, just because you usually want to add like a teaspoon or a half a teaspoon, since it's a pint, half a teaspoon of salt to it to give it a little bit more preservative. I know I'm adding the vinegar for the preservative, bacteria killer, whatever. Man, the smokiness of this is crazy. Crazy good. Good thing about smoking these too is that I can pack more per can also, because when I smoked them, they really shrunk down. I mean, this was 5 gallons and I don't even have, not even close, maybe 3 full gallon bags worth. So the last but not least method here is the olive oil, salt, vinegar. So like if you're to buy sardines at Costco, you open up, it's like olive oil packed or mustard packed. I like either or. But I'm going to go ahead and try this as well, since it's all homemade, smoked olive oil packed, see what that tastes like. So again, it's going to be about a half a teaspoon of salt and about a tablespoon of olive oil. One thing's for sure, you definitely do not need to add fat to Hooligan. They are an extremely fatty, which is good because they're packed with fish oil. So, all right, so this is the ketchup method. This is the mustard method, which is going to probably be my favorite. And this is the olive oil, which is kind of a traditional. Let's get this finished up. Again, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add some jalapenos to these as well. Olive oil, jalapeno, and garlic. Sounds fantastic. Oh, if you ask, I'm adding just enough to cover the bottom here. All right, next step, wiping the rims off, because you don't want any oils to stick on there. Because if you have the oils stick on there, there's a chance that it won't seal. So, and this is a real oily fish, so let's get those cleaned off. All right, last but not least, we are going to put on our lids. Just hand tight, not so I can feel, and it gives just a little bit. If I were to turn it, it's turning with ease, I should say. And there's your 3 different types that I made. We got jalapeno garlic mustard, jalapeno garlic olive oil, just plain old ketchup and vinegar. That's it. We'll see which one tastes the best. I mean, obviously, I feel like this one's going to be my favorite. This is traditional, and then this is unique. That's why I only did 2 of them. Let's get these stacked in here. All right, we got the fire going on low. Let's get this thing rocking. My little cheat. I took one of the baby monitors. I can watch it while I do other work. Looks like we're just about up to pressure, and we got it rocking. I'm going to turn it down just a hair to keep it from going over. Now we're just gonna watch it carefully, make sure it stays rocking. Once we find that right temperature, then we'll start our timer. All right, well, it's been 100 minutes. Time to get this thing shut off. It smells really good. I can smell that jalapeno and garlic. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. You want to help?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It's very hot, okay?
Oh.
Very hot. Always hot. Look at that.
Mommy.
Yeah, no. They're boiling away right now.
Whoa.
Uh-huh.
Whoa. Nice.
Isn't that nice? We can take a look here. Yeah. They're all done canned, huh?
Mommy.
Yeah. All right, well, there we are. Our 15 cans of our smoked Hooligan. There it goes. This is one that has the olive oil in it. And after it's done boiling, it really all condensed down. And I think some of the meat started absorbing some of the oil back again. Either way, it's a lot of Hooligan oil in there.
All right, so we finally got the kids down for bedtime, at least for now. It never usually lasts.
Yeah.
But we thought we'd go ahead and make bread.
All right, I'll be your assistant.
Okay, so while he's getting the mixer ready with the bread attachment, I'm gonna go ahead and start mixing all the ingredients here. So we've made, I've made bread before in an older video. It's gonna be just like that sourdough bread, but we're gonna add a little bit of honey to this one just to kind of sweeten it up. So I like to use the Costco organic flour. It's just the personal favorite of mine. Yeah, and it's cost efficient. I'm gonna go ahead and start by adding 6 cups of this organic flour. So while I'm doing the flour, Blake's gonna go ahead and add 1 teaspoon of salt.
Okay, salt. Done.
And Blake and I like baking together, but it's also really helpful having help when you have littles because, like I said, you never know when they're gonna wake up. So we're trying to hurry through this a little bit.
Yeah, she's cooing over there. So
yeah, Blakely's about to wake up and needs to be fed. So we're just we're enjoying our time together, but we're also just kind of helping to speed up the process.
Yeah.
And you know, making bread. I used to be really intimidated by making bread, especially sourdough. But it's really not that hard, and it's actually pretty quick once you get all the ingredients going. Okay, so then after the flour, I'm going to go ahead and add 2 cups of warm water.
Okay. And then I'll just put it in here. And then I'll warm up the honey, I think, too.
Yeah. Then Blake's going to be adding 1/2 cup of honey with the warm water and the salt. Like we said, it's just to make it a little bit sweeter and a little something different than our last one. Okay, so I'm just going to start slowly adding my flour and turn on the mixer. I'm trying not to spill it, so I'm just using this spatula here to help get it in the bowl. It works pretty good. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and turn it on and get to mixing.
I'm going to go check on baby room.
Now I turned off the mixer, and I'm going to go ahead and add our starter to this mixture, which is about 1/2 cup. So yeah, you want to make sure that you save some so you can replenish it and feed it. So you have some for later. Don't make the mistake and accidentally wash it out. I like to use 1 cup of water and 1 cup of flour to feed my starter every day. All right, starter is in, so I'm going to go ahead and start right back up. So I don't know if I said this earlier, but I used 3 cups of lukewarm water in this recipe. It's 1 cup of water per 2 cups of flour, and we use 6 cups of flour, which is how we got the 3 cups of lukewarm water. And I personally like a very well hydrated dough, which is why I do more water.
This is the part where I'm not really needed anymore, so I'm on passy duty. I keep going over there to put the passy.
Yeah, Miss Blakely always spits her pacifier out, but she wants it, but she spits it out. So he's on passy duty. And it smells so good. I love the smell of dough. Harrison and I are very big bread eaters. We love our bread. Look at that.
Okay, I can help you with this part, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, so I like to line our Dutch oven with parchment paper. It just keeps the dough from sticking, less mess. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start and put some flour on my hands here. Just keep the dough from sticking to my hands.
Oh, he's tired.
Little man's awake and he's tired. He really likes mommy to put him to sleep. So
Well,
I think I'm gonna
I'll take over. It's fine.
let you take over, babe.
All right, she's taking little Manna back off to bed, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish rolling this for her. That looks pretty good right there. So, just gonna lay it in there, and we are going to cover it up, just like we showed you last time. And we're just gonna let that rise overnight. So overnight, all of that sourdough yeast should start eating all that gluten up, cause a nice rise. We'll show it in the morning right before we cook it, but we're gonna have it with our canned Hooligan. Oh, perfect timing. Little girl waking up too. So I got this set. I'm gonna go take care of her, and then we'll finish cleaning this up and see her for lunch tomorrow.
All right, so before I put it in the Dutch oven, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. And I personally like to make a cross. You can do whatever you'd like, but I always make a cross when I do the sourdough. All right, so just pulled the Dutch oven out of the oven and it's very hot. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my parchment paper with the sourdough and put it on it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put it back in with the lid on. So I'm gonna go ahead and bake it for 25 minutes with the lid on. And then when that's done, I'm gonna pull it out and bake it for 25 minutes with the lid off.
Right, all done. Looks good, Mama.
Ooh, that looks delicious.
My Blakely.
Ooh.
You good girl.
You want some bread?
Oh, dang, that's heavy. Wow, it looks really good.
Yeah, it does look good.
Look at how golden it is.
Ooh, very crispy and golden. Can't wait to try it.
All right, let's get it out. We'll cut it open. We'll let it cool off for a second. I'm gonna put the sauce together. So what we're gonna have is like an olive oil dip for the bread that Mama made. And so it's just gonna be an olive oil base. Basically, it's kind of like herb butter, but it's just olive oil herb butter. And that way you can dip it and eat it like that. So we're going to have parsley, we're going to have garlic, we're going to have rosemary, some red pepper flakes, and some oregano.
And pepper and salt.
And pepper and salt.
I think there's one more thing, but
No, we're good.
yeah.
All right. Lots of pepper's good. Salt. Just making it very easy. It's basically a teaspoon of everything. And there you are. There's the dip. You just put this on your bread with some of that fish, and it makes it really good. Another real easy thing to do is to do kind of a cream cheese, just cream cheese base with a little bit of dill. And the fish as well is really good too. But we're going to go ahead and pop open one of these cans. I'm, of course, going to try the mustard one first here. So I'm going to try a piece of this. It's not too spicy, but it has that mild jalapeno flavor. Big bread, huh?
Look at the bread. Oh, it smells so good.
Oh, that's crunchy too at the bottom. You want me to get you some butter?
Yeah.
Good job.
All right, let me get you a plate. Yummy. Do you like it? Melt that butter in there for you.
You liked it, Harrison? Is it yummy?
Yeah. Big bite.
Okay.
Oh, big bite.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Good bite.
All right. Put some of that olive oil in there.
So good. So the bread turned out so good, so crunchy and very soft in the middle. And then highly recommend trying this olive oil dip for your bread, and especially with the fish. It's so good.
Super easy.
And it's super easy to make. So highly recommend it.
It's basically it's just like Italian seasoning with with some extra garlic and hot pepper.
Yeah.
Or crushed red peppers. So.
And we hope you enjoyed our video. And thanks for watching Good Living Alaska.